welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be everything that I wore in the month of December. Somehow I only wore like 8 nail polishes, not including like a couple that I used for nail art, which to me feels like a really small amount. I think to someone who's like a normal nail polish wearer, they'd be like, you wore 8 nail polishes in a month? Like that seems like a lot, because I think a lot of people tend to try to maximize the length of time that they wear a polish. So like they're shooting for over a week, and I'm just like, that's too long. No, I like to swap my nails every 2 to 3 days. So only wearing 8, kind of weird for me. I had all these great holiday polishes, or like, just really festive polishes that I wanted to wear over the month of December, and it just got so hectic and so busy. I had a lot of time spent getting my Vlogmas around, and I was working on that right up until the 22nd was when I kind of edited and uploaded my last video. At the same time, I was trying to make sure that my job, I had all my ducks in a row there, because we get like almost a 2-week break around Christmas, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to clock in over that break and like do anything really significant, because I just wanted to do nothing for that whole break. I didn't want to do anything meaningful, anything worthwhile. I just wanted to sit and hang out, because I never do that. I cannot sit and just do nothing. And then I also wanted to make sure my apartment was like clean and organized, because again, when I have a lot of free time, the thing that I tend to do instead of just chilling and having fun is cleaning and organizing my life within an inch of itself. So I had to make sure that was done before I went on break so that I wouldn't worry about it. But I succeeded, and I just sat around and I watched a lot of Criminal Minds, and I cross-stitched. I even finished my really big X-Files cross-stitch, and then I immediately started, like that cross-stitch was like a 9-pager pattern. I immediately started a 32-page pattern because I'm stupid. Excited for that. But yeah, I didn't spend a ton of time just doing and redoing my nails in December. And even in January, it's like the 8th, and I've only worn like 3 polishes just because I've been so busy. I don't know what it is. I do need to change this. It's we're doing all reds in January, so get ready for that later, but it's starting to chip. I need to change it. But yeah, let's talk about December. So on December 1st, the first polish I had to wear was China Glaze Celebrity. I just love that polish. It looks like AstroTurf in the funniest way. And then all of a sudden I was like, I want to do nail art. So I tried to do like a mistletoe accent nail, and it didn't look good, in my opinion. I thought it looked kind of garbage. You guys are going to be nice and be like, Hillary, that looked so good, and stop disparaging yourself. No, it didn't look good. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to yourself, okay? It's fine that it looked bad. But for the nail art itself, I used Hollow Tacos Not Milky White and Favorite Sister for the, like, what do you call them? Holly berries or whatever they are. And I wanted something cute because my family was coming over, because we were doing our family Christmas on like December 3rd, because that's just the way it fell. And I wanted something really pizzazzy, and Celebrity is such a good holiday polish, so of course I had to wear that one first. Then on December 4th, I decided to change it out, and I put on Hollow Tacos Cold Shoulder because I wanted to see how much the polish had changed. Because if you don't know, Cold Shoulder, there was some minor drama surrounding it where the formula wasn't stable in a way that the color would maintain itself. So after around like a year or a little over a year, the color would shift. And, people made a really big deal about this, but you know what? It happens. I mean, China Glaze glitters all soak into the base and color the base after a little while. So it's just like, this happens to a lot of brands, not just Hollow Taco, but they did end up discontinuing that polish kind of suddenly. And then they all got bought up really fast and people were really mad about it. It was a whole thing, but I just wanted to see, had mine shifted, because I had tried it in the summer and the color was still the same as when I originally got it, but then it had changed, and I'm not upset about, actually I like it more with the color shift, but even still, it's just, it's not my favorite polish. So, and I still think it looks pretty seasonal for winter as the color, like it's actually a murkier, like a darker color. I just think that's more on brand for winter, so I liked it. I also put Zoya's Eunice on my toes because it was one of the only polishes on my rack that didn't have like flakies or glitter or anything in it. I only put a few on my rack like that because December is for glitters. December is for fun flaky bombs. December is for like the boom in your face kind of polishes. And so I didn't think about my toes when I was picking out polishes, and nobody wants to scrub glitter off their toes. It is such a hassle. It is so annoying. So I ended up putting Eunice on my toes because I just didn't want to deal with it. On December 9th, on my nails, I put on Jen & Barry's Q No Who. I bought this for the name because I like Star Trek a lot and I love Q in The Next Generation. He's one of my favorite characters. I didn't really consider the color when I bought it because I'm just not a big red wearer, but I feel like that might change. You'll see next month. But yeah, I ended up putting a peel-off base coat underneath it just to be safe because it's red, it's flaky, it was gonna take a lot of scrubbing to get it off otherwise. However, lately peel-off base coats just have not been lasting on me. It's like as soon as I take a warm shower, they're gone. They're like, we're not staying on anymore. And that's what happened. I lost them all like 20 hours later because I took a hot shower before my boyfriend and I went out to eat, and they started falling off while we were in the truck on the way to the restaurant. And I'm like pulling them off because I don't like having like only a few nails painted. So I'm like, I gotta take all these off. I can't go out in public with like 2 nails hanging on. So I'm like peeling these off and I'm like, where do I put them? And I just kind of threw them in the cup holder and I was like, I'll deal with these later. And then I found a plastic bag that I was putting trash in my back seat, and I threw them in there and I was like, all right, I'll take this trash in when the bag is full. And then later I'm like cleaning out the back of my car and I go to grab the trash bag and I grabbed it from the bottom and I spilled the trash everywhere. And I mean, like, luckily it's all like paper trash. I don't throw away like gross stuff in my car. But the nails just went everywhere. So, I mean, if you're ever like in the back seat of my truck and you found one of my old fingernails, just don't mention it. Just pretend that you didn't see that. That's disgusting. On December 16th, it was like the day before we were going to my other family Christmas, like the more extended family. And I wanted to do something fun and nail arty. And I ended up using Hearts and Promises. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like ranch. It's supposed to look like ranch. And I thought I could spin this to be like a Christmassy polish. I was wrong. It just looks like ranch. I just thought because it's like kind of an off-white and it has a green shimmer running through it, I'm like, that's kind of Christmassy, right? And it's like, if ranch is Christmassy, then yeah, it's Christmassy, I guess. But I don't know if ranch is really a Christmas thing. But I wanted to wear it and I love that polish. It is so funny. I don't even like ranch at all. I guess I shouldn't say that. Like, I don't hate ranch and I'll eat it if it's there, like with a veggie tray or something, but ultimately I'm not like, I gotta have ranch. And so I just wanted that polish. And then I showed my dad and I was like, yeah, it's supposed to look like ranch. And he was like, well, mission accomplished. And then I covered it in Deco Miami stickers because why not? On December 18th, I decided to wear Holo Taco's chameleon coat on my toes. I wanted to change my toe polish, and this was the only other polish that didn't have glitter or flakies that I threw onto my rack, and I surprisingly really liked it. Initially, when I bought these multi-chrome set, it wasn't really my favorite because I felt like the shift wasn't very strong, but looking at it now, it's definitely grown on me, and I see the shift. It's more subtle, but the color flip is way discernible, like in a way that I didn't really think it was when I initially got it. I think I just expected, when I bought those multi-chromes, I was used to multi-chromes that had a really, really distinct color shift, like across the color wheel kind of color shifts, not like right next to each other. And it's like, it kind of shifts into a coppery tone. And I couldn't appreciate that back then, but I appreciate it now. And also when it's on your toes kind of far away, you can kind of see it a little better. I do still think that the Blue Ain't Slick from that original release, I feel like that one was just a metallic. Like, I feel like the color shift was not there at all. So I stand by that one. I also changed my nails and I put Orly's Ce N'est Pas Blanc as a base, and then I topped it with Orly's Light It Up, which was their Hanukkah polish. It's like a Hanukkah topper. It was the first night of Hanukkah, so I felt like it was like kind of necessary to wear that one then. I really like Orly toppers, even if they do rely more heavily on hex glitters in a lot of their toppers, which is not my favorite type of glitter because it's tired. Like, it's been done a lot. But Orly toppers, I make an exception for because I feel like the combination of the brush and however they load the glitters into the base, it just makes for a really good, even and thick spread of the topper. So I never feel like I'm missing out on anything. I feel like I'm always getting a ton of glitter, but like it's not too much to where I can't top coat it and have a good time with it. So I really, really liked that topper. And then I still hadn't changed my polish by Christmas Eve. So on Christmas Eve, I was like, all right, I gotta do something Christmassy. I gotta swap it over so that I can have a Christmas manicure. And I chose Cloris de Carol's Magical Mistletoe. This is the one that I like to call the toothpaste polish. I could already tell this was gonna be the last polish of the month for me. Like, I was just like, I don't have it in me to do anything ever again for the rest of 2022. So I wanted something that was Christmassy, but that could also carry me to the end of the year and not be like too Christmassy. You get what I'm saying? So this was like a light blue, and it almost looks like a candy cane has been crushed up in it. Or it kind of reminds me of Crest toothpaste because it's a similar color tone. But I really liked that one. I thought it was really cute, and it was one of my favorites from the advent calendar that I got from her this year. And that truly was the final polish that I wore in 2022. I did not paint my nails for New Year's Eve. In fact, they were bare. I did paint them on the 1st though, and to kick off my month of reds, which you guys will see next month. And I've been trying to work in toppers as well. So yeah, that is all I wore for the month of December. It feels really sparse. I don't know. I'll have to look at my spreadsheets and see if like I always fall off in December. I feel like one of the reasons why I didn't paint my nails as much in December, aside from getting really, really busy, was it got really, really cold. And this room, like our living room is really well ventilated, or not ventilated, like it has a lot of vents on it. So when you turn the heat on, the living room gets really warm. No other room in this house or in this apartment experiences that. And I don't know if I'm like blocking vents. I probably am. But it doesn't get heated up as well. And it's got more like really big windows, so that doesn't help. So like coming in here and painting my nails in the winter, I'm just like, I'm freezing right now. Usually I have a space heater on, but it's too loud and I don't want it to be distracting. So I think in the coming months, it might be a little bit less until it starts to warm up. And then I'll come back at you with like my 20 polish a month kind of mood. So we'll see. But yeah, let me know if you guys wore any fun festive polishes last month, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.